Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host Dakota, here with my co-host Jordan, and today we are going to be talking about Mythic Legions and All-Stars 5+.
But before we do that, Dakota, we must remind our listeners to be liking, please, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. We did recently just do a giveaway that we have one of our followers posted actually on Instagram. I think our account reposted it. But the giveaways are real. And if you want to get free stuff, please be subscribed. And also just to see Dakota's handsome face more.
We are going to do a giveaway at 500. That is our next giveaway. So I believe we're at 430 right now, maybe?
Yeah.
I think it's about 430. So not too far away to go, but make sure you're getting subscribed on YouTube. That is how you enter to win the giveaways. Now, back to Mythic Legions. This is the first wave that I was able to get in on the pre-orders. So this, I don't even remember when this was up for pre-order, honestly. It was probably, it wasn't even that long ago. Like this one got bumped up a lot. Pre-orders for this wave will begin on July 29th. So that's when this started. And it was supposed to be down the road, but then something with tooling happened where they switched and swapped, and then boom, came out and we got it in hand already. So today I'm going to do my ranking of my least favorite to my favorite. Admittedly, I'm going to have some biases here. I'm just starting out, so I'll give fair warning that like some of the older figures that maybe you've already had forever and you're like, I don't really need Illagar or Romulus or those guys, I've never had before, so I'm a little bit more excited about them.
And I have not had these, but I trust your judgment.
I think there's a couple that you're gonna want to get, Jordan.
Yeah.
But like I'll let you see some of them. I'm not gonna keep all of my all-ins, but the ones that I do keep, I'll show you, and I don't know, try to convince you to jump on board. So, all right, first off, this one, okay, go ahead right now and start sharpening your pitchforks, light your torches. This is probably going to be like one of my hotter takes of Mythic Legions, because the bottom of my list, it was one that I was not really excited about to begin with, and I still am not that excited about, is Borius. So I know people love their Mythic Legion horses. They're good. I like them too. But you're seeing
he has not been opened. Is that correct?
He has not been opened. He did come, his plastic's a little cracked, so, you know, I don't think it's a big deal. But what you're seeing behind me is essentially my shelf space for displaying. Not a ton of room for horses. Maybe if I had more shelves, I would be a little bit more into the horses.
Or a stable.
Or a stable. I don't know. I just send all my horses to the glue factory, unfortunately. I still have my Headless Horseman horse, but even that, I debate back and forth on whether or not I still want to keep it. I think I'm going to because of another figure in the line here, but Borius, I was just kind of
I like my moose, but he's in storage as well. It's just so big.
Right. And like I think with the moose, it's like you could have, like I would not mind having a horse and a moose, but having multiple horses, I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
It's like, it takes up, because I also have the centaur too. Can't remember his name.
I don't know, dude. I feel like you could set up a sweet horse battle scene.
Oh, you definitely could.
If you had the space for it.
Yeah, if I had the space, like, and when I do have the space, I probably will.
Like Headless Horseman dueling somebody on the moose.
I wouldn't mind having Sir Gideon Heavensbrand and I can't remember what that white horse's name is. I would like to have them together, but I also want Conibus, the skeleton horse. And if it's like I'm gonna have to like give up that shelf space, I'm gonna like lean towards the thing that's different versus another like normal horse. So like I said, once I have more room, the horses may like move their way up my list and be a little bit more excited about them. But for right now, he's on the chopping block. I don't anticipate keeping him. Second to the bottom is Okidos. So he's the one they had at PowerCon. He's the like what would be, I think I don't remember what his name is, Spider something. No, I don't know, whatever it is. Some He-Man character that I can't remember his name is, but he's kind of spider-like. He comes with some extra arms, which tempts me to want to keep him. I like the color. It's like a dark, deep blue. But again, I don't have a huge attachment to He-Man, so that probably like brings him down my list a little bit. I'd rather have like a normal vampire versus a blue vampire. Yeah. So I don't think that one's quite as hot of a take as not liking a horse, but
right.
Somebody's got to be at the bottom of the list. Somebody's got to be at the top, and that's just kind of how mine shook out.
That's how life shakes out too.
That's true. Let's see. Next up. So next on my list, this one I was actually more excited about to be getting, and I was like, ooh, he might be one of my favorites of this wave. Turns out he's third from the bottom. Again, probably sharpen your pitchforks. I think people actually like him.
I think I know what you're saying.
I've got Dubon towards the bottom. Now, I was excited about Dubon, and like I know this is kind of the controversy.
I thought you were stoked for him.
But I feel like the pictures that they had of him, and I know it's the lighting, so like don't come at me too hard in the comments. I know depending on the lighting you have, like right now he looks pretty gray, like barely blue. Apparently, if you get some like better lights on him, he turns a little bit more blue. If he's gonna be on my shelf,
blue light's not included.
Right. So it's like if he's gonna be on my shelf, like I'd rather him just look the way he looked in the like promo shots.
Yeah, I guess I'd be curious to see him in person because I
mean, and
I just think he looked cool, but
and he comes with like a
stuff.
Soft goods cape. He comes with a ton of extra hands. I like the sword that he's got. The other problem that I have with him too is he's got like a plastic molded hood, which like you probably can't see from like the camera, but like it's kind of like a Doctor Doom where I've just never really liked a sculpted hood. But I think when they come out with Poxus, they're going to have more of the soft goods, kind of like they did with Father Christmas, and I think that's going to end up looking much better. But I don't know, looking at him now, like the face sculpt, the beard is cool. It's just it didn't quite come out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah. So,
and that also probably drops Borius down my list too, because they kind of go together. So, I had to get rid of some of the, like, he's on the chopping block to get rid of two. I couldn't keep it all in.
You gotta pick and choose.
Exactly. Now we're getting into the figures that like are maybe on the chopping block, but probably gonna be staying with me. We've got Lady Averona. So she's kind of like the my Sharona.
Yeah, you should get that.
That'd be a good retro rags like t-shirt. My Averona. Anyway, all right.
Something like that.
Enough of our singing. I think she looks pretty cool.
I don't know if there was enough, to be honest, but continue.
She's got like a cool axe that she comes with. I like kind of the like evil knightness of her. But then what really got me a little bit more excited for her was I've seen people posing her on the Headless Horseman horse. Because the Headless Horseman horse has more like the red accents and stuff, which kind of match her armor. So that bumped her from probably getting rid of to probably keeping. So yeah, I'll probably be opening her up at some point. Trying to save some for a rainy day. Don't want to like...
I was going to say, I know you like to save them for a rainy day.
I don't want to blow my load all at once.
There's something fun about... There's something fun about that too. But there's something fun about, having a figure like... Because sometimes when you get it, it's like I was excited when I got this, but maybe I'm not totally like... I don't know. And it's also no fun to like open, like you said, open them all at once, because then it's like, oh man.
Now it's all over. Now I got to wait for the next pre-order to come in. So yeah, I want to space it out. I opened the ones that I was kind of more excited about. Little spoiler,
advent
see
calendar.
My background. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if I've got a weekend where I don't have much going on, crack open a few toys. Yeah. Next
smell
up,
that sweet fresh plastic smell.
Leave a comment down below. I want to know how many of you other collectors do you like open your figure and smell it? You laughed, but I know you do.
Can you put up that picture?
Yeah. So I don't know who made this picture, but it very accurately represents how I feel when I open pictures or open action figures. Especially, I will say the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom probably have the best smell.
That could be our next video, is ranking the best action figure smells. That'd be a fun one.
That would be fun. I don't know.
Or it'd be fun to, like, if we get together and we just get a couple and, like, open them live. And like
we've got to have a Mythic Legion. We've got to have an Animal Warrior, the Kingdom, like... Marvel Legend. I think that would be fun. It'd be like a cooking show, but like just sniffing figs.
Like they could be like, "This is the blind smell," like get it.
Oh, that would be great.
Blindfold on, you just.
We could totally do that. Get our wives to.
It could be like a tournament thing where they get knocked out and they go ahead.
This or this.
Yeah, it's like the
smell
the
of
eye
number
doctor.
1, smell of number 2.
Gotta get number 1 again.
Yep. Let me get a hit of that. Okay, yep, definitely that one. So, leave me a comment down below. I want to know how many of you guys enjoy the smell of your action figures. Do you open your figure and then breathe in that sweet, sweet chemical smell of plastic? Or are you like my wife that gets like nauseated by the smell of fresh plastic? She just doesn't get it, man. Anyway, next up on my list, one that I think you should add into your consideration of Mythic Legions to be added to your collection, Jordan, and one that was at like the very bottom of my list that I was like, nah, don't care, that has moved up into I'm excited to open him and keep him, is Swig. So he's kind of like the spell casting goblin. And he's got
swag.
No. But that would be a fun like custom to get like give him like a big like Flava Flav clock and call him Swag. Maybe. But he's got the sculpted hood piece that I think looks good. Like it kind of fits his head a little bit better. He's got the soft goods skirt piece. But yeah, his armor just ended up turning out better than I was expecting. Kind of the opposite of Dubon, where it's like I saw the pictures, the promo shots, and I was like, don't really care about goblins too bad. But now having him in hand, I'm like, oh, that actually turned out way better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's one that I think I'm going to be ending up keeping.
Very nice.
After Swig, we've got Romulus, who I've got up on the shelf behind me, kind of the gold and black gladiator. He was one that I knew for sure I was going to be keeping. Big fan of him. I like that he's got like armor on one side and then like bare arm on the other side. I thought that was kind of a cool touch that like none of my other Mythic Legions have that kind of setup.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was cool. I like the colors. I think he's like just shiny enough that it works. If he was any more shiny, it would be like, doesn't quite look like a gladiator, but it all works together. After Romulus, we're getting into where we at the top 4. This is the one that I thought was going to be my number 1, but just making this list, I had to bump him down because others surprised me more. Is Azar. So that's the yellow demon guy. And you can see behind me, I love my demons. I've got a black, a blue, a red, and a yellow demon. So I was happy to get him.
He doesn't mean it, Mom.
I don't mean I love demons. That's true. All right, fine.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're going to have to buy some biblical adventures to balance that out.
That's true. But yeah, I think they look cool. I like the details in the head. I like kind of the painted tattoos they have. Good figures. I think like it's Azar and Zazar. I think Zazar is probably in my top 5 of Mythic Legions that I own right now. And then just having like that group, like I was mentioning behind me, is probably my favorite like race of Mythic Legions right now. So yeah, he was good, but unfortunately he got bumped down to 4th because other figures ended up surprising me. The one that I was almost certain I was going to sell, but ended up being like, wow, that's like way better in person than I was expecting, is the Xenathon, the like Stratos, Masters of the Universe kind of tribute figure.
Right.
Kind of like a stone orc. And that's kind of how I have him displayed. I have him with the stone gray orc head. I will say the shoulder pauldrons, I feel like they seem like kind of like comedically tiny on him. So I don't like those very much. I just have those in the box for fodder. But he's got the red wings. You know how I feel about my wings. I love them.
I do know that.
He comes with like a trident and like a kind of like a magic scepter type thing. super cool. Big fan of him. Then getting into the top 2, we've got this way, Illagar. And I think he's probably the one out of this whole list that I think you would like the most, Jordan, being that he's a skeleton Viking, kind of like a...
Right, yeah.
Looks like a rusty skeleton. I like the colors of him. Unfortunately, he decided to take a jump off the top shelf while I was out of town this weekend, and his axe snapped in half, but I'm not really too worried about it because now his axe is just a hatchet and it still works. So I like him with the Viking head. Savannah really likes his beard. I like the blue of his wings. Yeah, he's a good figure, and I think he would look good on your shelf. And then you're saying, Dakota, isn't that all the figures from All-Stars 5+? Yes, that is. But my number 1 ended up being the heads pack, which I think is...
What a twist.
Like, I was expecting to be like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool. Like, I want this head, that head type of thing. But, like, it ended up being the most fun to have those heads, and, like I've been getting a lot more into, like, the popping and swap and, like, a little bit into painting. But, like, being able to, like, put the red demon head on, like, my old Belphegor with some different things put together. I put the black cat head onto the body of the headless horseman, so he kind of looks like, I just call him like a sophisticated kitty.
That is like, cool. I saw that picture. That was cool.
So like all of those, like there's some
that
put
like that pick up when we get through here.
I definitely will
see it.
And like there's some heads that like I'm probably just gonna end up selling, like the female head. I don't really have a female body that I would put it on. I don't have a lot of those 2.0 body styles. So
in another context, that could have been a very disturbing sentence to go.
That's true.
I'm all out of female bodies. I don't have any to put this one head on.
I'm going to sell this female head.
I'm going to sell this female head online. It's like, woo.
Let's see. The Bog Goblin. I thought I wanted to like that, but like I just don't really have anything to put it on that it looks right. Like I tried it on a goblin, and the head just kind of like the neck of it kind of goes from like armor straight into like fat neck. And I was like, Meh, doesn't work. But I think other than that, like all the other heads were pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The dwarf head. I'm probably going to keep that just because I will end up getting a dwarf in the future. So far, everything I've tried it on doesn't look great. And then the white vampire head. So I guess out of this whole head pack, I like the demon head and the panther head.
Yeah.
But yeah, the white vampire head seems like it's maybe supposed to be a 1.0 or a 2.0 head, because whenever I put it on anything 2.0 that I have, it looks a little too small. Then it also has like the screamy face that I don't know. I just can't really find a place that it really fits well. Maybe it would work on the headless horseman, but I like the cat on it too much. So anyway, that is my list of ranking from worst to best, or maybe least excited about to most excited about, for All-Stars 5+. I want to know what you guys think. Am I insane for having a horse at the bottom of my list? Am I insane?
And a heads pack at the top?
Not even a figure? Is that even allowed? It's my list. That's allowed. I make the rules here. This is my podcast. But yeah, let me know what you think. Where did you rank some of these? Which ones were the surprise figures that you weren't expecting to love that you ended up loving? Did you get your figures in yet?
Wish that you had gotten.
Yeah, because these, I don't know when I'm going to get this edited and posted, probably before the street date. But Big Bad Toy Store and all the other like approved retailers aren't going to be... Oh, no, I probably won't actually get this put out before then. But approved retailers, I think, can start shipping out April 1st. So, and I think most places still have all these in stock. So it's not too late to go out and get your figures if you're still wanting them. Maybe put up some of your other figures for trade once everybody gets them. But yeah, let me know what you guys had on your list. Like we said at the beginning, make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing, because we've got a giveaway coming up at 500 subscribers. And yeah, let us know what you think. Until next time, stay strong.